Good morning. Here's your next dose of Snippets and Bits, a collection of little insights, humorous moments, and catchy sayings from the writings of Melanie Anne Phillips. Me! Published by Storymind Press, copyright Melanie Anne Phillips, all rights reserved, blah, blah, blah. All right, here's the first page. Snippets and Bits. Don't take no for an answer. See, K-N-O-W. That's what makes it clever. Don't take no for an answer, because even if somebody says that you trust, yeah, I know this. Okay, maybe they're mistaken. Maybe they heard it from somebody else. Maybe they didn't do their own research. Who knows? Maybe they're just using it casually. Oh, I know it's that way, but they really don't know it. They just suspect it or they strongly believe it. And the same thing's true for yourself. Don't take no for an answer, because what you once held to be true and was true back in the past may no longer be true because things have changed. Circumstances are different. Or maybe you were mistaken or didn't research it thoroughly. Always look at information you think you know as something that you strongly believe to be true, and then go do some research if it turns out to be something like an integral linchpin in a belief system you're developing. Otherwise, you're going to get locked in. Your compass is going to go off kilter, and you're not really going to see things straight if you build everything on a foundation of little pieces of knowledge that really aren't knowledge. Okay, next one. Bumper sticker idea. Don't worry, though. It won't be that long with explanation. Bumper sticker idea. I don't want to work. I just want to surf on the web all day. With apologies to Todd Lundgren, whose song I kind of co-opted there. A country western song title. Don't tell me where it itches, because I don't want to scratch. Well, doesn't that sound like a country western song? I thought so too when I came up with the idea. So I wrote like 4 lines for it, which are pretty clever, but this is as far as I got. Well, now that AI has come into phase. Well, anyway, I took these 4 lines that I'd written and this title, I threw it into it and had it write me an entire song, the lyrics and the music as well. Now, this is weird for me because I've written 500 original songs since 1969. I've demoed every single one of them, piano, guitar, whatever I'm playing. But I couldn't really produce them professionally, so now I'm using AI to perform my songs, note for note, but arranged and performed using AI. So this one, however, I put it in AI. I published it on YouTube, okay? And it turned out to be the most popular song that I ever published. All the other ones of the hundreds I've published onto YouTube, this is the #1 most popular song, and it was almost completely done by AI, except for the initial concept and 4 lines of lyrics. Well, that just kind of burns me. Look at my own stuff, will you? Here, Teresa's original phrase for today, jumping the good shark. Okay, can someone please tell me what that means? That sounded good, so I put it in my book. Twitter me timbers. Oh, there's one that's dated, not really applicable anymore. Probably in a few more years, nobody will know what that means. Earth Day? It worries me to have so many people thinking about the planet at the same time. Speak up and be heard, or shut up and be heard. See, 2 different spellings. Heard, like with your ear. Heard, like cattle. Think about it. Speak up and be heard, or shut up and be heard. Okay, sheeple. Who whispers in Satan's ear? Something I've always wondered. We all suffer from a fatal disease called death, whose primary symptom is life. If you prove the existence of God, in what will you have faith? He takes mediocrity to a whole new extreme. It's a line I'd like to use in a future novel. I always call it my novel in progress as if there's only one. Well, it probably is one because nothing's ever been completed, but, what the heck. Why does sour cream have an expiration date? What, if you leave it too long in the refrigerator, it goes good? The Turing test is poking a stick through a hole to prod Schrodinger's cat. The uncertainty principle is that the hole and the stick are never in the same place at the same time. Zen physics. The events that Zen physics. The events most likely to happen are called matter. Oh, wow. I have just one thing to say, and that was it. Another Teresa-ism. If you're crazy in the head when you make yourself a promise, then maybe when your mind is right, keeping that promise is crazy. Teresa also recently uttered, you're in trouble now. You'll be a butt-happy, foot-happy, kickaroo pony. An interesting thought for the day. Exceptions define the limits of a functional system. It actually makes sense if you think about it, but why would you? Okay, here's one. Waitress at lunch, seeing my leftover food, said, you want a box? No, I replied, but I'll rescue you best 2 out of 3. True story. One of my better moments. Teresa also recently uttered, giant oysters couldn't embezzle the truth from me. Whatever that means. I'm open to any suggestions. Put them in the comments. It's Sunday morning, time for another exciting adventure with God and his trusty sidekick, Jesus. Yeah, good show. I'm into the reruns, though. New word of the day, karmaplasm. Your job? Define it. Okay, and again, put them in the comments. I am open to comments. Why do you stay inside and miss the sunset? Says the Zen master. Oh, here's an idea for a new typeface. Little Lord Royal font, for those of you in the know. Look it up. Just because you found the answer doesn't mean you should stop asking the question. You know, even if you know what it is, it's the process of inquiry that sometimes is what keeps your mind from calcifying. Just because you found the answer doesn't mean you should stop asking the question, because maybe it needs to be continually asked in order to get the current answer. Okay. See, it's pretty clever. If there was nothing, would it be black because there was no light, or gray because there is no dark? Huh. Well, some of you may know I'm the co-creator of the Dramatica theory of narrative structure, which is based on narrative psychology. We created a model of it in the 1990s, put it in the computer, got a patent, and people have used it from Pulitzer Prize winners all the way to Academy Award winners. Hundreds of thousands of people use the Dramatica. You can go to dramatica.com if you want and check out the latest version, which is now all supported by AI in our most recent online app. And you can try it for free. But why do I say that about because there's no light? Is it gray or is it black? Okay, because there's also no dark. Well, here's a quick story. I, at age 5, was in the same house I've come back to now that I'm living in now in the backyard. And I was a little stinker of a philosopher, even at age 5. And it was an overcast day. I was on my swing set right there, and I was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I thought to me, now there's a phrase for you, I would like to get so high up in the swing that I'd see nothing but gray, because it was seamless. There weren't any clouds. It was just gray. Go up and see that seamless sky. And I was able finally to just barely achieve it with the length of the swing and how far I had to go. And when that moment of gray came by, I settled down in the swing. And this is exactly the question I thought to myself in 5-year-old language. If there wasn't anything, would it be black because there was no light, or gray because there's also no dark? And my thinking went a little farther. I said, I don't think I can figure out the answer to that question, because it could be either way, depending on how you look at it. So I don't know what one way is the right way. And then it occurred to me, well, I think that's probably true of everybody. Who could figure this out? And I thought, well, my family was semi-religious. I said, God could know the answer to that. And so I thought, okay, yeah, I guess he could. But now we're made in his image, but we're clearly not equal to him. I was 5 years old, I'm thinking, we're clearly not equal to him, because he can know the answer to that question. And we can't, because of the way he made us, because of the way we are. In other words, we were intentionally made to not be able to understand some things that are true in the universe, basically. And that bugged the hell out of me. Not because I couldn't know, but because I couldn't explain why I couldn't know. All right. And that's what became the whole basis of my 30-year career in narrative psychology, was to understand what was going on in the mind, how the mind worked, and embrace the paradox, embrace multiple perspectives, where the truth doesn't lie in what you're looking at, but the truth lies in the differential between where you're looking at it from. Oh, I've got all kinds of stuff published for that. Check out storymind.com, my website that has a bunch of that. Go to Amazon, read my books, Melanie Anne Phillips, and go to dramatica.com for free and check out the theory and check out the new app and stuff. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on. I can see another way to look at it, but I can't see it from here. Okay, that's much the same thing. You got to move your position. You can see there's another way to see it, but you can't embrace it, because you actually have to change yourself, move to a different position of thought, come to it from a different angle. Let's move on. Getting really tired here. I'm tired. See, it knew what I was going to say. I'm tired of living by my own rules. It's time to become an outlaw to myself. Enough commentary. Moving on. Sometimes reinventing yourself means just discovering who you've always been. I've been mourning the loss of my angst. How can you preach a get those statistics? How can you preach a message of happiness and hope unless you have some? Philosophy, what you pay for sage advice. See the word fee there? Philosophy, what you pay for sage advice. Yes. These are all that clever. You know what you're getting into. Lament to the personal journalist. I wrote this crap. I hate myself. I hate myself, I wrote. Huh? Maybe it's weird, but it's comfortable. Teresa said, again, sometime in the future it will be a privilege to be human, not a right. And now with the coming of AI, I think that may someday soon come true. Jesus encounters poison oak and wonders what the hell his father was thinking. Did you hear about the politician who got in trouble because he was kissing hands and shaking babies instead of shaking hands, kissing? Yeah. My comment, the god of atheism. Teresa's response, no more Mobius strips for you. You see why I'm with her. It does not matter if brains are large or small, the dynamics of psychology apply equally to them all. Oh gosh, a cute little poem about psychology, just what the world needed. Try to sense within yourself the moment observation becomes memory. Think about it. Observation. When does it become memory? Anyway, it's an interesting mental exercise. Moving on. I'm always inspired in the morning. It's part of my magnificent mental plumage. As you can tell, this was recorded in the morning. I'm sitting on the souffle of life, hoping nobody slams the oven door. Have you heard about the new Jewish website, Oibe? Don't try to forgive yourself for the past. Rather, become the person who hasn't done anything wrong yet. Do this every day as needed. Lets you off the hook, doesn't it? Question. My life is a debris field. Where do I start? Answer. With a bulldozer and a teaspoon. Not big things, little need care, delicate. There you go. I prefer to be driven by how I want to treat people today than by trying to make up for how I treated them yesterday. It's also a lot less work. The reason most couples stay together for decades is that they are both eventually thinking, who else would have an old wretch like me? It's true. I'm here now. I'm 73. It's true. It's all true. What is the half-life of identity? I bet you haven't thought of that one. If you've been holding out for 50 plus years for something to budge and it hasn't moved, it may be time to rethink your position. Then again, maybe in the 51st year it would move, so you never really know. An apple just fell on my head, said Sir Isaac Newton with gravity. Another new song idea. You can eat my brains, but don't suck my face by Hannibal Lecter and the Zombies. Well, I never tried to do anything with that. I should throw that into AI and see what it comes up with. It'll probably be my second most popular song because I wasn't involved in it. Grudge. I'm a little put off by reality. Should one slowly savor the embers of one's life or ignite them in a momentary blaze? Very important today in my life at this age. Our cats barf a lot. Around here, things are more or less mewing and spewing. Self-awareness is the interference pattern created by the brain's sense. Let's try that again. Self-awareness is the interference pattern created by the brain's sense of space and sense of time. What was Jesus' IQ? Is it possible to measure the IQ of omniscience? Think about it. Now, another mental exercise. With your eyes fixed on a single object, move your attention around your field of vision to focus on other things without moving your eyes. It's kind of fun. I wonder if you ever did that intentionally. Tell me in the comments. Will you? Teresa just uttered, the Practical Tao is on sale. Yeah, I like it. Walk the blurry line between success and excess every day. Line for a script I'll never get around to writing. Your economy excites me. Oh, everything has a sweet spot. If you live by any words, that's it. And if you can find that sweet spot. I used to think as a kid that if I came up and I took my finger and hit a building at just the right point with just the right force from just the right angle, the whole darn thing would collapse. Okay. Haven't been able to achieve that yet, but I keep trying, poking buildings everywhere I go. 73. That's what I do. Corollary. If it works, don't fix it. If it moves, don't push it. You can lead a student to knowledge, but you can't make him think. I've realized how much of my own time I've been wasting and how, when I don't waste it, there's really nothing worth doing. Oh, there you guys are. It puts the racy in conspiracy. I've replaced my life philosophy of what next with make me. You need to get in touch with your inner tail wagging. Okay. Title I want to use, but don't have a story for. From here on out. Like here on out is some sort of estuary or such. Every year we do something different for summer vacation. Can't we do something different this year? Sailing the troubled seas of time. And I'm going to call it quits for this one. That's as far as I want to go. That takes me into 8 pages of 87 in the first volume, 4 volumes of this. Really? Yes, there's 4,000 of these. I don't know that I'll get to them all. I don't know even why I'm trying. I don't even know who will care.